The former Speaker of the Michigan House charged with taking bribes in what the feds are calling the largest public corruption scandal in Lansing in decades. We start here at 6 o'clock with the arrests in a medical marijuana scheme. Good evening, everybody. I'm Kimberly Gill.
I'm Devin Skillian. Good to have you with us. Rich Johnson admits to taking more than $100,000 in bribes when he led the Michigan Medical Marijuana Licensing Board. Johnson was the chairman of that board from 2017 to 2019 after serving as Speaker of the House from 2001 to 2004. Grant Herms live with the details on the investigation. It's a big one, Grant.
It certainly is, and it dates back to 2017, at the very beginning of when he sat on that board, and there were the first rumblings of a potential corruption scheme into who got licenses to be able to sell medical marijuana and who didn't, and now we know it went all the way to the very top.
Public corruption is a poison to any democracy.
Michigan's U.S. Attorney for the Western District bringing heavy charges against former state Speaker of the House Rick Johnson, charging him with taking more than $110,000 in bribes while he led the now defunct Michigan Medical Marijuana Licensing Board from 2017 to 2019.
Johnson accepted these bribes corruptly, which is to say he accepted them with the understanding that these bribes were offered to influence him or to reward him for actions that he might take.
Johnson was charged alongside three others, Oakland County businessman John DeWoo Delali and two lobbyists, Brian Pierce and Vincent Brown, who helped funnel money to Johnson and companies he owned after he was appointed to lead the board by former Governor Rick Snyder. Court documents and the U.S. Attorney saying Johnson was given money and gifts in exchange for access and licenses during a time when the state's medical marijuana industry was booming. This afternoon it was released all four men have taken plea deals. Johnson will have to pay back the money he took. And the FBI agent in charge of the investigation calling the case a message to those in office.
Public officials, elected officials, that if you're involved in illegal activity, you will be investigated and you will be prosecuted.
Now, all four men are expected to be arraigned in court in the next week or two, according to the U.S. Attorney. Pierce and Brown are facing 5 years in prison, 3 years probation, and a $250,000 fine each. Johnson and Delali are facing 10 years in prison, 3 years probation, and $250,000 fine as well. Evan, back to you.
The investigation may not be done. All right, Grant.